28-year-old Jeanette Smith emerged victorious from the High Court with her partner after being granted leave to challenge the armed forces over her dismissal. She was sacked last year from her job as an RAF nurse after being described as a homosexual in an anonymous phone call.
There are a lot of gays and lesbians that are out there that were counting on us. I've done it for myself and I've done it for them.
The Ministry of Defence has indicated it'll strongly defend its long-standing ban on homosexuals in the armed forces. But at a news conference, Jeanette's lawyer said today's decision meant they could challenge this on the basis of discrimination.
I think that under European law there's a very strong case to answer, because what we're actually saying is that the European Court in any case applies what they call a purposive approach to interpretation of law. So it looks at how society is developing and it looks at how changes need to be put into effect.
Today's decision, even though it marks just the start of what could be a long battle, was warmly welcomed by two former servicemen, both of whom were sacked in separate instances when their homosexuality became known to the authorities.
In June last year, I was approached by a blackmailer. I didn't allow him to continue with what he wanted to do. I went straight away to the authorities without delay and told them of my situation. I was immediately cautioned by the service police and subjected to a tape-recorded interview in the police station.
Because I was an intelligence post, they called me to an interview in the embassy itself. And when I was there, I was just told questions raised over my security clearances because I held an enhanced positive vetting. And that was at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. At 7 o'clock, I was flown out of the country.
Britain is regarded as having the most rigorously enforced ban on homosexuality in its armed forces. Within the rest of NATO, Germany bans homosexuality, Italy and Turkey do so as well, but some suggest they don't strictly enforce this. Ireland recently lifted its ban, which leaves 7 countries with no ban, and outside NATO, Israel also recently lifted its prohibition. In the United States, shortly after he became president, Mr. Clinton tried to lift the ban on gays in the military. This caused such uproar, a compromise was reached. Practicing homosexuals are still banned, but it was agreed that questions would not be asked and that people would be judged on their conduct.
In this country, it is lawful to sack somebody because they are lesbian or gay, and we have no legal redress. Now, we want to see that changed, and we've drafted an anti-discrimination bill, which we hope will be introduced shortly in the House of Lords, which would give us the protection that other lesbians and gay men enjoy in other countries.
Now, with the wider issue of gay rights and employment once again on the agenda, Jeanette Smith recognises she has the toughest fight of all against the armed forces.